Hello, this is a demonstration of how we would like you to upload your final projects for the Computer Science Programming 1 course. On my desktop you can see I have my project folder containing all my code and my forms. I also have another folder containing all of the graphics used in my program. Additionally, any sound or music that you'd have would be in this folder as well. And I have my instructions document. Again, in the graphics folder, you'll have any and all graphics that you used in your project. We want those as well in case we need to fix something on your code. That way we have access to those resources. Again, graphics and anything additional you put in your code, such as sound effects or music. Let me go into the project before I show you how I'd like you to zip it. So be sure at the top that you have your header. It does not have to be at the top of all of your forms, just your primary form. Put your name, the date, period, and the project name. You have your subroutines. Make sure that any subroutines that you accidentally put in there or you're no longer using, you've erased them. So for example, this right here, I'm not using form click. It was generated somehow, some way. I'm going to erase it. Just make sure you only erase that. Be sure to start at your private sub and end at your end sub. So just highlight that and delete it. Make sure you don't have a bunch of extra blank lines. Part of your rubric is good spacing, so we don't want to have all this extra space here. We can erase that. You should have no more than one extra line between. You don't need to cram it together, but don't put more than one line. Same thing in your subroutines. You really shouldn't have big spaces like that. As before, one line, no more would be fine. Don't forget to put comments in your code. It doesn't have to be all over the place, but you should comment your major sections of code. Finally, something that we harp on often if you haven't done this yet, make certain that you don't have form 1, 2, 3 at the top of any of your forms. Be sure to rename that, again, as we've said for all these months. If you don't rename that, it just does not look good. And of course, with my screen recorder, there it goes. It wasn't letting me do that. My form, I'm just going to name it something generic because this is obviously a test. One last time, make sure you save it. Save all, and then close out. I would recommend giving it maybe a minute or two. Sometimes when you save, it's closing out of the temporary files that are in Visual Basic, and the upload, the zip, does not always go very well, so just kind of pause for a minute or so. Again, for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm not going to do that. So again, what you're going to do, you're going to right-click the folder. Like, I'm on the folder. I'm not in the folder. I'm on the folder right here on my desktop, or wherever you have it saved. Right-click on it. You're going to go Send to Compressed Folder. And here is your zipped folder. You are going to rename that. Remember that the name that we'd like you to put is your first initial, your last name. You're going to put period 1 or period 7 or whatever period if you're watching this in the future. And then the name of your project. So Starry Skies is the name of my generic project. But don't rename anything else, just the folder here, just the zipped folder. Don't go into the folder, just have it like that. And then you're going to take these, your graphics, as well as your instructions, and you're going to move them into there. Okay, it won't look like they moved because when you put something into a zip folder, it copies it, it does not move it. Just to verify that that worked, if I go in here, this is what you should see. Here's your project, here's your resources, here's your instructions. So at this point, this file right here, this zipped up folder, this is what you're going to upload to Schoology. So you're going to go to the Schoology assignment, submit it that way, and you should be good. If you have any questions, please let Mr. Yoy or I know. Have a wonderful day. Best of luck.